So I had my DNA results, which are supposed to give people closure. But in my case, I felt overwhelmed. I felt scared. If you've missed my previous video, look and see what my story was up until this point. But I had done a DNA test to find my birth father, and instead of giving me answers, it left me feeling completely overwhelmed. The results seemed chaotic to me. And I'd already spent years and years searching, so I was a little bit exhausted and over doing all of the search myself. So I learned about a search group that's online and got the help of a search angel who helped me sort my matches. And you're always going to have four sides. You're going to have your mother's side, your father's side, mother's parents, father's parents. In my case, my birth mother is white, my birth father was black, and so it was fairly easy to sort them just because I knew ethnicity was gonna, I could sort my matches by ethnicity, basically. And so then I was scaled down to my father's matches, but I didn't quite know what to do from there. And so I got the advice to search the highest match in my results that had a tree. And so I found that match and started tracing her tree. And so between the search angel helping out, doing the sorting and looking some people up, based on the work I had done, creating my tree, we started getting a workable idea of who these matches actually were and how they connected. But I still had to do a lot of genetic genealogy. And so then I had to become the expert in that, more or less. I had to learn what genetic genealogy was, and I had to start doing it with my own search. And so I started taking all the matches and, researching them, using the tools in Ancestry, using other tools as well, newspaper articles, whatever, to get a good idea of who my biological family was. Now, keep in mind at this point, I was still like really struggling with denial that my birth father was probably leading back to who I was told he had been to begin with. And yeah, so there was a lot of denial that went into that. But it's also really interesting. It was interesting to see all the people in my family history on his side come to life in a way. I learned their stories. I learned where they came from, what a lot of them looked like based on other matches, trees that they had built, and started like connecting the pieces together of different relatives that showed up in trees, repeatedly. And so got an idea of who was who. And so that part was really interesting to me. They may be people that I'll never meet, but I started getting closure in that aspect. And I got my definite closure when the final piece clicked. And I'm going to tell you about that in the next video.